So like Chris said, my name's Conor O'Donnell. I'm a marine biologist with the Fish and Game Department. And my purpose here today is just to give a brief overview of some of the monitoring programs and data that the New Hampshire Fish and Game Department collects. These are long-term monitoring surveys, many having decades of data, and are valuable in documenting trends in abundance and or recruitment for many coastal and estuarine species. While long-term monitoring programs may not necessarily be innovative, this data is available to the public and can be useful when combined with some of the newer research that is being conducted at Great Bay. So first off, in marine fisheries, there are two types of data sampling. Fisheries dependent tends to monitor the harvest of an individual species as they are taken through commercial or recreational fishing, whereas fisheries independent monitoring is done by scientists using a system-wide approach and evaluates numerous species along with their habitat conditions. Today, I'm just going to highlight some of the fisheries independent monitoring that we conduct. So first off is our juvenile finfish seine survey. It's a long-term survey that is conducted annually to monitor the relative abundance of juvenile finfish utilizing our estuaries for nursery habitat. 15 fixed stations throughout New Hampshire's estuaries are sampled with a beach seine every month from June through November. All fish and bycatch are counted, and subsamples of fish are measured to record lengths. The main New Hampshire trawl survey is a multi-species survey of our nearshore waters. The value of this survey is demonstrated by the request for data received from scientists conducting stock assessments, fishery management measures, essential fish habitat, and marine protected area designations. 20-minute bottom tows are conducted with a target of 120 stations and 4 depth strata. All catch is sorted, weighed, measured, and various biological samples are collected. Rainbow smelt were listed as a species of concern in 2004 as a result of overharvest, water quality and habitat degradation, and accessibility to spawning grounds and possibly disease. The smelt spawning survey has been conducted since 2010 as a way to index their spawning abundance in 3 tributaries of Great Bay. Using fyke nets, smelts are captured, measured, sexed, and scale samples are taken to determine age distributions of the returning fish. Worldwide declines in American eels has been noted, and the lack of long-term abundance data led the Atlantic States Marine Fisheries Commission to recommend an annual Young of the Year survey to be conducted each year by each state to collect baseline population data. Eel ramps are deployed every spring in 2 Great Bay's tributaries to trap young eels returning from the Sargasso Sea. All returning eels are enumerated, and lengths, pigmentation stages, and weights are collected twice a week. So the lobster settlement survey is another Young of the Year survey. So monitoring newly settled lobsters along our inshore nursery habitat allows us to quantify recruitment and provides an early glimpse of what might look like in 5 to 9 years when those lobsters become legal size and enter the fishery. So each fall, scuba divers use a suction airlift device to sample quadrats at 4 different sites along our coastline. This allows us to create an index of newly settled Young of the Year lobsters and other commercially important crab species. So last but not least, our oyster reef monitoring. Oysters are an important species with a large impact to our estuaries. They provide many benefits such as improving water quality, providing habitat, shoreline protection, as well as preventing erosion. The department's annual oyster reef monitoring effort offer insights on annual spatfall, population composition, available harvestable oysters, predator observation and interactions, as well as an opportunity to test for various shellfish diseases at 6 of our natural oyster reefs in Great Bay. So as I mentioned before, I really had time to highlight a few of these surveys, most of them just being the fisheries independent monitoring that we conduct. Therefore, if anyone needs any more information or would like some of this data, my contact information is there. You can come see me at the end. Additionally, you should be able to find a lot of this information on our website as well.
Time for one quick question.
Thanks for that, Conor. Jake Rector with Interview. Is the fishermen and the new trawl survey have been detecting new species arrivals kind of to L stage? Is that someone survey sucking up any juveniles of newcomers to the Gulf of Maine or wherever?
Sure, there's always some of that. We actually get quite a few random, what we kind of call transients. Some of the subtropical species come up in our seine surveys. Most of the surveys here are young of the year or juvenile surveys, more of the adult stuff is kind of done offshore. But yeah, we definitely see, various species starting to show up in some of our surveys, yeah.
Great, thanks, Connor.